with me. You can't kiss me yet.
Okay. Welcome everyone, and thank you all for coming today. We are here to celebrate one of life's greatest moments. Dan and Melissa chose today, March 14th, 2020, to be married before God, family, and friends. At this time, I'd like to invite Nina up to give some readings.
Nina?
Yeah.
Readings from Psalms and Philippians. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice.
Thank you.
Melissa, I have known you all my life, and I've loved you all my life. And the very first time I laid eyes on you, my heart skipped a beat, and I think it went to your heart. We've had so many wonderful times together, so many holidays and celebrations, and just all kinds of vacations and things like that. And as you were growing up, if you remember, I think you were about 2, you started sitting on my lap and we'd play Scrabble. If we were together, we played Scrabble. And we had such a good time. And then one day, we were up at Loon Lake, I think it was your first year of college, and you beat me. And it was like, whoa, the pupil passed the teacher. And then one of those endearing moments that I remember was when you and Gary John used to mimic my sneeze. But thank goodness you got past that, right? Dan, we've had less time to know each other, but I have enjoyed getting to know you. And I just think you're a wonderful young man. I couldn't be happier for Melissa. I know that both of you are blessed to have come from a wonderful family. You're both loved and been cherished and cared for by your families. And through our conversations, I know you have a wonderful core of friends. And I saw the testimonies last night. It just was incredible in my heart to hear how much you're loved and cared for also by your friends. So you're just a testimony to the world as far as I'm concerned. Yes. And you've both accomplished so much in your young lives, and I'm very proud of that. And when I think about your relationship, how you work through different schools together, different colleges, different states, and yet you maintained your relationship and it's blossomed into this day, which is a wonderful day. But the other thing I remember and just love about you is you're both kind and considerate to each other. And that's a wonderful thing. So, how about if we begin the first day of the rest of your life? Okay. Dan, do you take Melissa to be your wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Melissa, do you take Dan to be your husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, as long as you both shall live?
I do.
I'd like to ask the best man, Michael, to present the rings. Wedding rings are an unbroken circle of love, signifying to all the union of this couple in marriage. Dan, as you place this ring on Melissa's finger, repeat after me. This ring is my sacred gift.
This ring is my sacred gift.
With my promise that.
With my promise that.
I will always love you.
I will always love you.
Cherish you.
Cherish you.
Honor you.
Honor you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I be wed.
Melissa, as you place this ring on Dan's finger, repeat after me. This ring is my sacred gift.
This ring is my sacred gift,
with my promise that
with my promise that
I will always love you,
I will always love you,
cherish you,
cherish you,
honor you,
honor you,
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I be wed.
As the bridegroom rejoices over his bride, so shall God rejoice over you, Dan and Melissa. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. I present to all of you Mr. and Mrs. Lungo.
That was a pretty solid high five, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nanina's in the Park. We are the Nick Campbell Band. I'm Nick Campbell. We're providing the entertainment for the evening. And it is now time to introduce the guests of honor. Starting. Give it up for the parents of the bride, Minnie and Gary Recchi. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. How much you love them? Next up, we have the parents of the groom, Barbara and Franco Lungo. floor. The bride and groom have selected a beautiful song for their first dance. They've selected a beautiful song for their dance.
Close your eyes, let me tell you all the reasons why I think you're one of a kind. Here's to you, the one who always pulls me through, always do what you gotta do. You're one of a kind, thank God you're mine. You're an angel dressed in armor, you're the fear in every fight. You're my lifeline, my safe harbor. harbor with the stars and sunny night. If my love is blind, I don't wanna see the light. It's your beauty that betrayed you. Your smile gives you away. 'Cause you're made of strength and mercy, and my soul is yours to save. I know this much is true. When my world was dark and blue, the only you rescued me was you. Close your eyes, let me tell you all the reasons why you're never gonna have to cry, because you're one of a kind. Yeah, here's to you, the one who always pulls us through. You always do what you gotta do, babe, because you're one of a kind. I'm so glad you're mine, because you're one of a kind.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to open the dance floor. So all couples, please, to the dance floor for a slow dance. All couples to the dance floor, please. The dance floor is now open, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's have a little quiet here, please. Hey, good evening, everybody. I would like to thank you all for coming here today. And they mentioned my name. There's a lot of talking going on. So my name is Gary Repke Sr. In case you weren't paying attention today, I am the father of this beautiful bride, the very proud father of this beautiful bride. I am also the father-in-law of this handsome groom, Dan. So I want to tell everybody here, you know, a lot of times you come to weddings and you hear the cliches that I'm not just losing a daughter, but I'm gaining a son. And I got to tell you something. Dan has been a son to me for many years. He has been with Melissa over 10 years now. And I knew Dan when he was a young boy running around playing baseball in Edison. And coached with his father, Franco. And we had his sons, Rob Amber was here, and he had his sons, both Ryan and Bobby. Bobby's in the bridal party today, and so I've known a lot of people on this side of the room, and of course a lot of people on this side of the room. So I'm going to try and to talk to everybody, so please bear with me. So, first thing I want to do is I want to thank Franco and Barbara. They were host and hostess last night. We had a great rehearsal dinner at the Char House in Weehawken. And it was great to see the New York City skyline across the river. It was a gorgeous evening, a great event for the people that were there, obviously the bridal party. And we can't thank you enough for hosting that last night. It was great. I thought it was a rehearsal dinner, but we really didn't rehearse anything. I thought we were going to practice walking in and out, but we didn't do anything. But the bar was open, and we did a lot of rehearsing of drinking for the evening, which was a great preparation for tonight. So I would like to say that, going back to Dan, that it holds a special place in my heart. We've done a lot of things together. We've gone to our house in New York State, we've skied together, we've gone to ball games together. For many years, this isn't something new. So it was interesting about actually almost 2 years ago when I was helping bring the Christmas tree back to New Jersey. That it was a pouring rainstorm. And Dan said, I'll help you carry the tree outside. So we went from their apartment in Manhattan, all the way down out in the park somewhere on 2nd Avenue, and it was pouring rain. And we opened up the back of my truck, we put in the Christmas tree, and Dan jumped in the back seat. I'm like, all right, what did he get in the back seat for? And I jumped in the front seat, the driver's seat, and we looked like a couple of drenched rats. And he says, I wanted to talk to you about something now that we're all alone here. I turned back and I said, not now. I said, are you kidding me? I said, you're drenched, water's pouring off, you got water all over my car. And I said, and it was a crazy evening. And I said, I couldn't believe you were going to ask me this. But he did, very humble, very, very nice, as what I would have expected the fellow that my daughter would marry to be that way. And he didn't let me down. So we had a great conversation then. Of course, I said yes, and I was very pleased to have Dan. So we're not welcome him into our family. He's been in our family. And Melissa, since the day you were born, it's a father's dream that when he has a daughter, I have one daughter, so I only have one time to have this evening, that I take advantage of this. Now, she only gave me 2 minutes to talk here tonight. Watching? Okay. I'm up to 2.5. Thank you. I'm a man of very few words for those people that know me. But I am very, very pleased with Melissa's choice and Dan's choice, and Melissa, of course, biased there. But since the day Melissa was born, Her mom and I have been very proud of her. We went to every color guard event, every school band event, every dance event, and we tried to be the best parents we could for what we believe is the best daughter that you could ever have. We have 2 children. Mindy and I are very fortunate to have them, my son Gary and my daughter Melissa, and we're very, very, very proud parents. We're blessed with 2 fantastic children. So I want to say that. So at this point, I want to ask my wife to come up here. Now Mindy didn't know she was asked to come up here. She's a little horrified, I would imagine, at this point. But I looked around and I said, you know what? This is not a big traditional wedding where we're not throwing the bouquet, we're not throwing the garter. And I said, you know, I'm going to break it up and do something a little different. Instead of just being the father of the bride, I get to walk her down the aisle. I get to give her to Dan. I get to walk in with her here. I get to do the daddy-daughter dance, which, you know, was great. It was kind of impromptu dance tonight. I think the last time Melissa and I danced was at the daddy-daughter dance when she was in grammar school. So it was a little reminiscent of that. But in any case, I thought that it would be nice to have her mom up here with me, that we could make the toast together, because she's absolutely gorgeous and stunning tonight, and we're very happy to be with her. So a couple of nights ago, Mindy gave Melissa a music box. And with the music box was a nice little poem that she had, which I happened to take out of the music box earlier today. And it's something that Mindy had for Melissa. And I would like Mindy to read this.
Mindy doesn't have glasses on.
Oh, well, while you were dancing before, I went upstairs and got your glasses out of your bag. So here's your glasses, and I'd like for you to read them.
This is going to be very difficult to do without tears. As everybody knows, I'm a crier. Okay, my daughter, although you are all grown up, dressed in lace and pearls, always remember you're still my little girl. You're such a perfect daughter, and I am blessed to have you, for all your love and thoughtfulness, and for being my best friend. You look especially beautiful on this your wedding day. I wish you a lifetime of happiness, and just wanted to say, I love you. But I love my new son-in-law too! Woo!
So with that, we'd like you all to raise your glasses. I don't have one. Okay. And on behalf of Marco and Repke families, for being here, we want to wish Dan, Melissa, the best of everything, always. Live long and prosper, as they say. And thank you, everyone, for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the father and mother of the bride. And now I'd like to welcome the maid of honor, Christy Petullo, for a speech.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm the maid of honor, Christy Petullo. And I just want to thank all the families of the bride and the groom for all the effort, love, and support they've given us today, just to get to this day, as well as throughout the day. And also everyone who's braved the pandemic to be here with us today. Everyone in this room, we really appreciate it, so thank you for coming. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm the maid of honor, Christy. I think I said that already. I may end up the maid of dishonor. We'll see how the open bar goes. I'm just trying to keep my alcohol level high enough, so I apologize. I've known Melissa since our freshman year of college. We actually lived across the hall from each other, And we hit it off pretty immediately. In fact, we went out the first night together, and then pretty much every weekend after that. It's hard not to love Melissa. She's a fun, warm, kind, beautiful person, and you can pick up on that almost immediately. Despite all of her duties during college, our dorm president, color guard, her schoolwork, studying, she always, and probably like 24 other things I'm forgetting, she always made it an effort to make you feel important and listen to you and know that you're, an important person in her life. After Rutgers, we moved to Morristown, and she actually helped me through one of the toughest decisions of my life to move to San Francisco. I left her with a half-empty apartment, but she never resented me. In fact, she still video chatted with me weekly to watch The Bachelor, and she came to visit me for my birthday. It was a rough transition for me, so knowing she was there, even though we were so far apart, meant so much. Speaking of being a great friend, and Melissa's ability to choose great friends, for her bachelorette party, I had to wrangle 12 women on a cruise out of Florida. We crammed 4 to a room for 5 days. Some people never met each other, and we had the drink package. But by some miracle, no one punched each other. People were civil over bathroom time, no drinks were thrown, and everyone had a great time. I was prepared for insanity, but all I got was bliss. If that's not a testament to the person you are and how you choose the people around you, I'm really not sure what is. I've never known Melissa without Dan. In the beginning of our friendship, they were long distance, but in no time, you were like our third roommate in Morristown. Over the years, Dan's also become a great friend to me, offering sanity checks about life decisions, complaining about work trips or the efforts of buying a condo. And in New Year's 2012, I sprained my ankle, but being the athlete that Dan is, he duct taped it up for me. And between the loss of circulation and vodka, I couldn't feel a thing, so I was right back into the game. I did have to cut my sock off the next day, but it was worth it. They've both been supportive of me, but what makes me happiest is seeing the way you guys support each other. Since I've known you guys, you've already been through long distance, sickness and health, good times and bad, and through it all, you can see the love that both of you have for each other shining through. I'm glad I've never known you guys apart because I honestly couldn't imagine one of you without the other. And I'm so thankful and honored to be part of this day. Dr. Seuss once said, you know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because your reality is finally better than your dreams. Today, in this beautiful place, bound to spend the rest of your lives together, surrounded by people you love and who love you so much, I honestly couldn't imagine anything. I couldn't have dreamed anything better for you guys. So please raise a glass and join me in wishing health, wealth, and happiness to the bride and the groom, to Dan and Melissa. It's been a long time coming.
Let's hear it one more time for the Maid of Honor, Christy, ladies and gentlemen. And now I'd like to welcome the best man, Mike Lungo, for a toast.
So before I get started, Dan and Melissa, Gary and Minnie, can you guys stand up, please? And Mom, Dad, or Franco and Barbara, who they're not Mom and Dad for. I just want to say thank you to you, all of you, for putting on an amazing night. Everything's been awesome through all the bullshit of the night and the week and whatever. Just everything's been amazing. Thank you for having us. Like, can we get a round of applause? All right, now for the terrifying part of this. My name is Mike, and I'm Dan's older brother. For the millionth time of our lives, yes, I am the older one. Growing up, Dan was always a superstar of our household. He was always a really good baseball player. I mean, Gary touched on that. He was a great football player. He got recruited to play college football. Not going to get into academics because, well, he turned down Princeton and went to another top 10 school in the country, and I went to Free Shoe University. But parties are better at Florida State, sorry. Joking aside, even though I was older, it never truly felt like that. Dan, you were truly always were a star, and it's still true to this day. I'm watching this, but trying to cheer up. Until now, I never admitted this publicly, but whenever somebody asks me, who do you look up to? Who do you want to be more like? It was always you, Dan. When I moved to Florida, like leaving New Jersey was honestly one of the hardest things to cope with. Even though a week and a half after I left, he did convince our mother to replace me with a dog. Oh, it gets better. He then trained the dog to piss in my bedroom. Only accident she ever had. All right. Now, enough about you. We're gonna move on to the better half of this. Melissa, it's been a long time coming. So now the big day's here, I need to give you a few pieces of life advice for joining the Lungos and really marrying him. So first, Dan is very smart. He's not that smart. Hell, to get him motivated to ask you out, my mother had to go to him and say, Dan, this new girl just started my work. She's amazing. I think she's perfect for your friend. Reverse psychology like you read about. Number two, you probably picked this up over the years. He's thick-headed as hell. I don't think anyone who knows Dan here can argue with that, so I'm not going to get into details. And number three, Melissa, no matter what happens in life, don't be afraid to say you want to drink. And when that day happens, there's always going to be someone in the Lungo family to be there to have it with you. And I'm terrified of having a speech, so I need to have this with you right now. I am so happy this day is finally here. Dan, you're my brother, my role model, and my best friend. Melissa, I know only became official today, but for years you've honestly been the sister I've never had. You two truly are perfect for each other, and you complement each other in the best of ways. More importantly, the love for each other the two of you have from day one has been your inspiration to everyone in this room. Well, in this room and beyond, because you guys touch everyone in your lives, and they can see it. So as everyone in this room, raise your glass. You guys have been together for over 10 years, and let's cheers to the next 100 plus.